Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, the chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth. From my heart to yours, I am Aquila Textrian, the divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from the 5D consciousness. That is the fifth dimension. For those who don't know, get into the fifth gear. Let's sink the clutch and shift. So as usual, I'm bringing you the news to infuse if you so choose, and I'm choosing to infuse with this light. So light grid activation, let's go. This topic here, ooh, this is a good one. This is fresh off the pot for y'all. Fresh off the pot, off the downloads. I got this one fresh this morning, earlier today. This is speaking of the upcoming palindrome, the upcoming palindrome dates. Right, for those who don't know, the palindrome are those numbers. These are the dates from 420 to 429, and you do it and check it out for yourself. But palindromes are numbers that it kind of looks like a mirror effect. The flip of the numbers with a different number in the middle, but the same numbers on the sides. So for example, it's going to be 4-2 on the day of 420, 2024. It's going to be 42024. I believe that's what I'm looking at, right? Let me look at it right now. Yep, 4224. So 42024 is what we're looking at. So wherever you see numbers like that, where it kind of shows a mirror effect, so it's the 4 and the 2, you'll see the 0 in the middle, and then you'll see the 2 and the 4. So beginning with the 4-2, ending with the 2-4. And that's going to be the pattern for those days from 420 to 429, right? And the only difference that's going to be different is the number after 20, which is in the middle. So there's going to be, like, for example, 421 is going to be the 1 in the middle. So you're going to have the 4-2, the 1 in the middle, and it's going to end in 2-4. Right? And so that, when you look at that, that's considered like a palindrome. Whenever there's a palindrome, there's a vortex. Right? There's a vortex, there's a portal. It's a type of portal, but I call it a vortex because it's an expanded portal, and I have to definitely do a topic about that. But this upcoming palindrome dates for these 10 days that it is. Oh, I got fertility, y'all. I had to jump. I'm leaping. There is a leaping frog, and that represents fertility. What? Somebody making babies? Maybe that's going to be what's happening in this vortex. Maybe it's going to be a lot of babies being born. Especially after, this is what, after Easter, the real Easter is about to happen. The real egg hunting is about to happen. Some little swimmers going to be looking for some eggs. Like, that ain't no coincidence. Y'all see me had to jump and leave my seat? That's funny. I'm not even finna edit that, delete that. That's as raw as it is. Like, it literally jumped on the stand, the frog, and then jumped like it was just a leaping frog, leaping, right? Leaping for faith, leaping for joy, leaping for these new beginnings, because this vortex, I was just about to say, it's an expression of the new beginnings. And new beginnings is what we're bringing forth, whatever that is, whether it's a new idea, a baby that represents that. Some of you may be dreaming about babies, and it doesn't just necessarily mean you're going to have babies, but it's birthing something. When you dream babies, a lot of times it also means you're bringing forth something new. So these palindrome dates, right? So look it up, check it out for yourself. This is going to be from 420 to 429. And so I'm going to give you guys a download, because I had to go into meditation and ask, what is this? This palindrome came to my attention last night. Someone sent something to me, and then I looked at it and was like, oh, it is a palindrome. So this is a vortex. So I was like, okay, Spirit, let me go in the booth. Let me go in my spiritual booth. Let me get into the book of life within, celestials, galactic family, whoever got to come through, do what you do, and let's go. Talk to me. What is this palindrome about? So I'm giving it to y'all fresh off the press. The theme of this palindrome, which is the expression of the new beginnings. It's 10 days from the 20th to the 29th. So with this set, I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to put it down in the link below so that you'll have it to see for yourself as well. So it's like, it's saying that the new beginnings has a universal month code of 12, right? So the whole month of April is 4/20/20 equals 12. When you count all the digits of the 4 with 20/24, you're going to get 12. So that alone says something. So there's a universal month code of 12, which is cyclical completion. That's pretty much what 12 is. It's a type of completion. I consider it cyclical because, you know, 12 months of the year, 12 numbers around the clock, you know, 12 disciples, all of that. There's a cyclical completion there. That means something is coming full circle, or something is coming from a full circle or cycle, and we are birthing something new. See, and that, look what, so, and it was told, it seems, for me, it seems like it's more the latter. Like, that's what I was getting in my spirit, that it's more the latter. So for some people, it may be that something has come full circle, and that's part of it. When you hear the rest of the message, you'll probably understand why something may possibly has come full circle for some people. And for some, it's going to be that something is coming from the zero, coming from the full circle, right? And it's birthing something new. So coming from the new moon, and here's the explanation of that part too, the first one. Coming from the new moon, this may be the time when we are bringing forth that which was realized with our real eyes, that which was realized through the recent ecliptic energies, with new and true understandings and perspectives that gained and changed, if we gained and if we changed, right? That if it's gained and changed, we'll bring it now into actualization, right? So that realized recent epiphany or truths that had come forth through you, if you gained it and if you had changed perspectives, now it's going to bring it into an actualization, and we are now ready to practice the application and discipline of what we have recognized, which I call recognized, because it's a re-knowing. So it's when the realization has come to a re-knowing, a recognition. See, I'm so used to saying it my way. But it's being actualized, and which means that now we wear it in our heart, right? For those who know Maslow's theories, when you're at the top of the pyramid in Maslow's theory, it's when it becomes actualized. So you've reached a point where it is now actualized in your heart, in your mind, in your soul complex, and you have such an understanding and overstanding that it is time now. You are ready to put it into practical application, whatever that may look like for you. So that would be if something has come full circle, right? Something has, this could be a two-part. It could be both. It could be something has come full circle, which are those ideas, those perspectives, those truths, whatever you have gained, the revelations, whatever has come, especially from the new moon that we just had, from the entire solar and lunar eclipse, from the ecliptic energies, period. Whatever has come, it is now time to apply yourselves and have the discipline that we have. Discipline is the key word. This is going to take practical application and discipline. It is time to walk with our disciplines / disciples. Like I call disciplines disciplines, because that means tap into your disciples. Like when Yeshua walked with his disciples, it's not just about who he walked with, these people that he walked with, if they were real people. For those who question the story, I don't debate it. Whether it's real or not, it has a true meaning to it. And these disciples represent the 12 disciplines or the 12 faculties that exist in our soul. Right? So this parallels the understanding of this, of the cyclical, speaking of this faculties, this parallels the understanding of the cyclical completion of the faculties in our souls. I may have to do something different on that. For those who don't understand, there's 12 faculties. Those 12 disciplines equals metaphysically 12 faculties in the soul, right? So there would be, let me see if I could name them really quick. There would be love, faith, strength, wisdom, power, understanding, will, imagination, order, zeal, illumination, and life. I believe I got them all. I don't know if I left anything out, but these are like the 12 faculties within the soul that we need to be walking with, right? 12 disciples, those are the 12 disciplines, aka the 12 faculties, right? So within the 12, this is something to note. Within the 12, and this is for my number people who understand these numbers as well. You know, if you don't, just kind of meditate on it and see what comes up for you. But within the 12, there is always a spiritual completion of 9 plus the creative completion of 3 as the re-spiriting activity of 12. So what do I mean by that? There is always a 12 in the cyclical completion. There's always the completion of 9. 9 is the spiritual completion always. There's always I call it the infinite number of 9. 9 is always the cycle, the 9 dimensions, the 9, 9 cycles of, like, if 9 is just the number. It's the infinite number, and it's the true cycle when it comes to numbers. That's why you count from 1 through 9 and back again. We think it's 10, but 10 is really the recycling back around to the 1, right? That's why it's a 1 and a 0. The number 10 is really reduced to 1 because it's a 1. So from 0, from 1 to 9 and back again, right? 1 to 10 and back again. So with that said, it is the completion of the 9 plus the 3, and the 3 represents the re-spiriting activity of that 12, right? So, which we all just did the re-spiriting activity at the end of the year, those last 3 months. So the 3 may be applied to the end of the 9, which we just did at the end of the year, or at intervals after the 3, 6, and 9, in between them, right? It could be 1 here, 1 after the 3, 1 after the 6, 1 after the 9, and that still equals 3. So that'll show the re-spiriting in between, because we always got to re-spirit. We always have to return to spirit in any completion that we are doing. We complete something and we got to kind of re-spirit ourselves and continue on. So that's just to kind of explain that 9 and 3 that comes to the 12 and how it's used, whether on the clock, whether in a calendar. This is the re-spiriting activity, right? So goes further to say that the first day starts. This is now to go detailed into the days. So I just explained to you the theme, which is 12. That's the answer that I got. The theme of this new beginnings vortex is really about the cyclical completion of 12, right? So we're coming out of a cycle. We're birthing something new. Something is coming out, which I'm really inclined to believe that we're birthing something, as that frog represented, right? The first day that this is going into the days. So the days is how we're going to look at how we go through this vortex. Each day represents something according to the numerological code for that day. So the first day starts with a code of 12, which is reduced to 3 because the 2 and the 1 is 3, right? Which is not only states the theme of the vortex as 12, but it also states or starts through the first main dimension. It is starting the first main dimensional portal of 3, which represents the creative completion and the 3rd dimension. So the codes, this is something that I have to speak on. I did videos about this a couple months ago. You may have to dial it back to check out one of those, or I may do another video kind of breaking down these codes and how they represent, how they parallel the dimensions. So there is a code of 3. It starts with 3, and that 3, that reduced code, is the 3rd dimension. So it represents the 3rd dimensional aspects, which is creative completion and what the 3D is about, because we are here in 3D representing the creation, the creational aspects of life, right? So we are manifestation of the creation. We are the creative product, so to speak. So that is what that means. So the 3, when I say the main portal, the main dimensional portal, there are 3 main dimensional portals. Again, I'm going to have to do a video about portals, or this will be longer than we expect. So 3, 6, and 9 are the main dimensional portals of in time. 3, 6, and 9 are the main dimensions of time, right? And it is within the 9 dimensions, because there are always 9 dimensions. There are more dimensions, but all it is a recycling of the 1 through 9. So what do I mean by that? For example, after the 9th dimension, what would be considered the 10th dimension is really cycling back to dimension 1, but on another level. So you go through 1 through 9, and you cycle up, because remember, 9 is spiritual completion. So when you complete a level, whatever that is in your life, world, and affairs, you level up. So you loop. It's the upward spiral, basically. So you spiral up onto the next level, and you begin again at dimension 1, which would be the 10th dimension. So it's really 1 through 9 over and over again, because that's the infinite existence of it all. So this is why it said that within the 1 through the 9, there are 3 main portal, or 3, what I call them, the 3 main gateways: the 3, the 6, and the 9. That's why that 3, 6, 9 is important. A lot of people don't understand the depths of it. They just think it's magical numbers, that it's going to help them manifest things. But you manifest according to you. It's not a magical, hoodoo voodoo. It's according to what you are doing. So each day has a significance. Each of these days in this vortex has a significance as the reduced number code. Reduced meaning that smaller number. So just like I said, the first day is 12, but it's reduced to 3. So whatever that day is, when you count it up, it's going to have a main number, but what the reduced number is holds the code. So the reduced number code highlights the dimensional aspect to focus on or to adhere to. So the first one, as we see, is already 3. So it's to focus on creative activity. It's to focus on the creative completion and creation, and what that is about. So whatever creation means for you, that's the focus point of that day. For example, the next day is going to be a number code of 13. Since that day is 12, when you count up one more, you're going to get 13, and the 13 reduces to 4. So that would be a number code of 4. Which means what? The 4th dimension. Everything that the 4th dimension is about, that's what you adhere to of that day. And the 4th dimension is about, is more about time. The 4th dimension is an expansion of 3D. So it is where the creative expression is being experienced in time, as time, through time. So it's all about the timeliness, the order of things, the divine timing of things, and how things are structured in time. It is when we realize that we are beyond time, beyond mankind's time, and we are to exist in the divine time, which is in the infinite existence of it all. Right? But as I said, these are things that I have explained the dimensions in previous videos. I'm going to see if I can't promise, because I'm not that technically inclined, but I'm going to see if I can get it, or have someone do it for me, where I can extract that video and somehow put it in the link below, as they always say. Which reminds me, okay, there is something else I need to say at the end of this about something else putting in the link below. So with that said, I want to make sure I cover that. So that is the beauty of this. Those are the answers of what this upcoming palindrome is about. So the palindrome is, which is number codes that are letting us know whenever you see repetitive numbers or palindromes, those are portals or vortex for us to pay attention to the energy shifts, as I spoke about earlier. So those are also numerological, let's say, divine numerology. It's a divination of numerology type of thing, and that is also energy. So not just the celestial bodies, or when there's a cosmic shift, but when there are numerological portals, so to speak, that this is where you find the portals and the palindromes, and these are also opportunities for us to shift into another timeline of ourselves, for us to shift into another aspect of ourselves when we utilize these portals and these vortexes. So this one, the theme, the answer I got, and I'm giving it to you fresh off the pot today, it is the theme of 12. cyclical completion, that we are birthing something that is coming out of that circle. Remember 10, because it has a 1 and a 0. The 0 is the feminine aspect, the 1 is the masculine aspect. You need a masculine and feminine for things to come forth and birth in order to have a new beginning. So out of the womb and taking the first step. That's usually how I look at it with the number 10. Faithfully, this is not backwards to you. So in case it is, let me do it this way. But out of the womb and coming out with the 1. So that's we're expressing, it's an expression of the new beginnings through this. So the theme is that 12, that's cyclical. But most importantly, taking each day, paying attention to each day, that it is the number code, which is the dimensional aspect of that day, and that tells you how to look at it. So look out for further explanations on the dimension. Look out for the video. I'm going to do it this week, either tomorrow or the next day. Look out for the video that I'm going to do a further explanation on the dimensions, so you can kind of have that to carry with you through those 10 days. Like, because some of you may be like, a dimension, well, what does that mean to me? The 5th dimensional day, what does that mean to me? So I'm going to do a deeper explanation, a deeper in look on the dimensional aspects, because I got more, y'all. I got like 2 major downloads today. This was just one of them, and the other one was a deeper look into the dimension. So even in what I explained in the videos a couple months ago, around July sometime, if you're going to search, it's around that time in July, and it may say number code, it may say code 5, dimension 5 or something like that, all the way up to the 9. So if you see that, that gives a good explanation. But this one that I'm going to do is going to give probably a deeper, because this is layered, and I got some new downloads on top of it. Like, it's layered on top of what was already given previously, which is really good, right? So a thing to know is the results that we get out of this vortex is determined by the measurement of our true heart vibrations and the practical applications that we do. So what does that mean? The results, I find that very important, because just because I'm telling you this is what this palindrome is about in this vortex, don't think you're just gonna, jump in and get that, right? And get that and say, oh, like, it's not magical. It's not gonna magically happen to you. These vortex, just like the cosmic energies and the cosmic shifts, these vortex and portals, they work if you work it. That's it with everything in energy and in life. It works if you work it. So it is according to the true measurement on your heart, meaning what you are truly holding in your true heart vibrations, not what you say that you're holding, not what you say you are about, but what you are being about in truth, in your true expressions, right? And you can't fool the energy. You can't fool yourself. You can't fool the energy. So what you are holding in your heart, plus how you are applying yourself, practical application. So what are you doing in the vortex? And the more intentional and purposeful you are, the more you draw those results that you're looking for. The more you're going to get the results of whatever has been revealed to you, and you're excited about this new perspective that you probably got from the ecliptic seasons. You're excited about what's to come. All of that is going to come according to what you hold on your heart and how you apply yourself. That's how it always works when you're in the vortex. I always tell people, what we doing in the vortex? Like, what are you doing? Are you meditating? Are you fasting? It always helps when you meditate and you fast, because you remove certain distractions out of your way. Keep to yourself in a more, meditative space. Keep a sacred space while you're going through this. Journal through it. Pay attention, but really pay attention to, your soul. I'm going to be doing a workshop when it starts in the weekend, so I'm going to be starting with that. Speaking of starting with, before I go, and this was a word I'm going to share with y'all. I looked up today and saw the numbers 323 and when I saw the dates on this palindrome, it begins with a 3 and we end with a 3. So the first day is going to be a day where the number code is 3, and the last day is going to be a number code that is 3 as well, meaning the reduced number code. So what I got when I first saw the harmony the 323, because the 3 represents creative completion and the 2 represents like the duality and the harmony. So just sharing with y'all that little tidbit. The message out of that number is that the harmony of duality that is between or within the creative completion, because the harmony and the duality is in between the 3 and the 2. And that's exactly the truth of what it is, right? Within every creative completion, there is a harmony or duality. It takes the harmony of the duality to create. That is just, see, I ain't lying. You saw that just fly away. Boop, boop, boop. Nature tells the truth. So that harmony, that duality, even when you look at the sacral chakra, as I always say, it's the harmony of the sacred union. When you look at the sacredness of what sex represents, because sex is the production of life. Sex equals life, right? It's not just to be thrown out there for fun. Not saying you can't have fun, but there is a sacredness to it, that the masculine, feminine energy, physically, male and female, creates that baby, that third party, right? So, and even within the soul's consciousness, when you have a harmony between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, it brings forth the free-flowing ideas from the superconscious. It unlocks the superconscious, or the Christ mind, the birth of the Christ. So that is the Trinity. That is the true Trinity, which is the masculine, the feminine, the mother, father, and the child, or as they may say, mother, father, son. But I say child because it could be either or, right? That's the purpose of the Ankh, things like that. That's why the Ankh represents the life. It's the womb, the stick, and the child, right? So this is all beautiful. So when I saw that, I saw, ooh, 323. These days exemplify that 323, because it starts with the 3, just as I saw 323 with the harmony in the middle. It starts with the creative completion and it ends with the creative completion. So these 9 days, which the whole theme is about a cyclical completion, it's showing it's just so much completion involved. You're seeing the 3 and ending in the 3, and in between, although we have all these other numbers, these other number codes and dimensions, it is still 2. The 2 is implied because the harmony is within everything. The harmony of duality is within everything. Even if you don't have it harmonized, the duality is within everything. So within 4, there's the 2. Within the 5, there's the 2. Within the 6, there's the 2. Within all of these numbers, there is the 2. So it's basically saying 3, 2, 3. The creative completion, the harmony in the middle, and that. So I had to share that with y'all, because I was like, I can't make this up. This is beautiful. As you can see, I'm excited for this palindrome. I'm glad it was brought to me so I could share it with you, and share it like with this, so we can get it to as much people as possible. As I always say, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think about the palindrome. This one right here, I want to hear y'all comments on this. Like, tell me what you think about the palindrome. Have you ever heard of the palindrome dates? Have you ever heard any type of thing about palindromes? Were you aware of these dates? Like, did you ever check on your calendar and be like, that's funny? But that would have to be if you're the type of person that adds up the dates to see what the dates equal. Did you notice that? Right? And there's something more to that. Like, we had this, when I look at this, we had this last year during the month of March. And so what I see in this month is a very pivotal month within this year, right? Within the universal year of 8. Within last year, within the universal year of 7, this would have happened the same dates from the 20th to the 29th, but it would have been in March, because the numbers would have had to look like a 3 and a 2 that ends in a 2 and a 3. And the year before, it would have been in February from the 20th to the 29th, because the numbers would have had to start with a 2-2 and end with a 2-2. So we're really seeing these pivotal times. And when I look back at it, February was a very pivotal time of 2022. And March was a very pivotal month of 2023. And this month is a very pivotal month of 2024. Just look at all the things that are happening, the eclipse and all of that. So I really invite you to jump in to this vortex. Y'all come on in with me, jump on in with me. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, if it's something that you want to partake in and be intentional of. Like, what do you think about it? With that said, I'm definitely starting up the community for those who want more in-depth information where we could meet more collectively. We're building our community, as I've mentioned before, so let me know if you are interested in the comments, and I will share what information I can with you so we can, you know, start our community. I will start some kind of chat group or something where the community can connect, right? This divine synergy that we got. Right, so with that, let me remind you before we go, is there any cleaning house tools? The last video, my apologies, it ended, it was flickering in and out, kind of like the heart chakra video. I don't know what's going on with this technology, but keep in mind Mercury's in retrograde, so my apologies. I do recognize that that was there. Also, I did not get to put in the link below the sacral workshop information. That's because I didn't extract it yet, so I'm creating that now. Faithfully, it'll be on by today, no later than tomorrow. I'll go back in and put it in the link in yesterday's link and description, as well as in this one, and in the few for the rest of this week, pretty much I'll be putting the sacral chakra workshop in the link below so that you guys can sign up immediately. Because this is really going to be, it's a 3-day workshop, and it's really going to be helpful with catapulting us to where we need to go. And especially, it's really awesome for those who are going to be tapping into this vortex, and with the Palendrome Vortex, it'll be this weekend entering us into the vortex. So whatever we get out of this weekend, it is going to help put you on the right track in whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever you're bringing in, whatever you're birthing in your creative completion, spiritual completion, as well as the cyclical completion of 12. So I share that with you. Glad to be able to do that for you today, fresh off the pot, 323. So know, if you don't know, please know that the creative completion has a harmony of duality in between that ends in a creative completion, and we are a part of this entire spectrum. So with that said, each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Get in that palindrome vortex. It's gonna be awesome. Fertility now. Peace, love, and light.